Drug smuggling
Oh yeah.
coming to a Guitar Center near you. Stay tuned, it's a fun story. Hey, it's me, Baxter.
And me, Jonathan.
Here at Casino Guitars, we're here to talk about the illicit game of drug smuggling at your local guitar
The
shop.
seedy underbelly.
It's
of
been
the
happening
music world.
for years. Probably for years, actually.
I hope so.
You know,
I like to think so.
So if you haven't seen it and you never watched our channel before, we have a video from years back of the funniest things we've ever found in guitars. And we found some funny stuff. Obviously, drugs is some of them. But just watch the video. It gets worse and better in so many ways. The number one was of my favorite weird thing. I can't say, but it's watching. So it just happened in Gwinnett County, Georgia. A Guitar Center received an amp back with it had an address going somewhere else, but a return address coming back to the Guitar Center there. And it was stuffed with thousands of dollars worth of methamphetamines.
Like you'd expect. It's Georgia after all. What?
So there's
I don't know.
there's two things in play here. A, it's a smart drug sort of type dealer thing that's like
Sort of is, right?
in case like they're worried about in case something goes wrong, it's not going to come back to them, and there's no tracking of them.
Okay.
The more likely would be that there's someone in the GC chain that would be like, hey, maybe involved in it.
Right. They're like, send this to work because
In case something goes wrong, we can fix it.
why not?
But no, everyone's been really cooperative at the GC. We're going to give them a call later and just checking if we can.
I mean, so it's kind of like, oh, there's not enough room in my little smuggler telly under the pick guard. I'm going to stuff it all in the back of the amp.
Because I'd like to know more details on if it was like a 412 Marshall cab, which I'm doubting. I think it's probably more of a combo.
You could totally smuggle stuff in a closed back cab.
Yes. I've been thinking open back, you could do it just, you put it in the chassis of the guitar.
I like to think that someone just finished their gig and you stuff all your stuff in the back of your, your combo amp, as you do. You know, your cable, your tuner, your
Tube
meth,
socks.
whatever, your cocaine, whatever you got, whatever's happening.
Unfortunately, it was so much, it wasn't enough for personal use only. I think this was clearly with the intent to
I
distribute.
mean, I don't know what the street value of meth is.
I've kept up to date with it. It's pretty, I don't really know either.
Like, is this crazy, like the blue meth, like from Breaking Bad? Is this cheap meth?
I think
don't
it's
know.
the type that Sean was talking about earlier in pre-production, when it's the type that the elves actually do in the caves.
Harvest the crystals.
That's where like natural forming meth occurs
Natural
from.
meth grows, the
No,
crystals.
I mean, this would be a tough, as a guitar shop employee, it'd be a tough moment when like you get the amp back and you don't really know why it's coming back to you guys. And so it's a mystery. So you open it up, you check it out. I doubt that the drugs were hidden.
So
because I don't think they're going to do like a full take apart.
No. Well, you know more about this story than I do because you read it. So like, this wasn't like a return. Like, it just got shipped to them.
Yeah, I think but they were put as the return address.
Right.
But it was in an unmarked box.
So it got shipped. It got shipped to someone, didn't make it there.
Correct.
And the return address was the guitar. Okay. So that is smart. That is a good way to be like, okay, well, if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Because I do that all the time. I just put Casino Guitars as my return address for all my illicit
I know,
stuff.
that's why we get lots of tube socks.
It's weird.
It's weird. It's
Yeah, don't put my name on that. Casino Guitars.
No, it's strange though. I would be as a drug dealer, if I'm putting my mind into the mind of a drug dealer, I don't know if I'd want it going back just completely a random place where I know I'm going to lose my product and I'm losing my stuff.
Maybe that's just the cost of doing business. Shrink.
Yes, it is.
Do you want to get arrested? Do you want to lose some product? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to lose product.
Guitar Center model right there. Shrink.
It's God, reminds me of that Dwayne Johnson movie where he's like a trucker and his son gets arrested for like something with drugs. He gets a package sent to him. He didn't want it, but the kid said, and then he has to work for like the DEA or something undercover.
What movie is that?
I don't remember the name of it. It's really, I've watched it like twice. It's not good, but I enjoy rock movies.
That's fair.
You know,
they're enjoyable.
It's like The Rundown's fun.
The Rundown's amazing.
It's
It's great.
Faster or whatever is super fun. Have you seen that one?
Nah.
It's a great movie too, where he's just chasing
I
people.
just didn't care about that one.
So this is this one event that just happened at GC. This has happened from the dawn of time. I mean, Johnny Cash has been arrested with like, was it marijuana hash in his D28. It's guitars and amplifiers are natural cohabitators with, illicit activities, and also they're great hiding spots.
People do make lots of assumptions when they see that you're a musician.
Especially long-haired, bearded type.
It's true.
It's
People are
the
always asking me
dangerous
for
ones.
lighters. Like, you got a lighter?
You don't
As
smoke,
if
do you?
I don't smoke at
That's
all.
right.
In any form.
I mean,
Really,
I know you don't smoke,
I
but it's
mean,
just like, by looking again, I was like, oh, maybe you do
I know.
smoke.
People are like, this guy's going to have a lighter.
No, so like John, you mentioned it earlier, like the smuggler Telecaster. That was the idea. Like Telecasters are great places to hide. And you take off the pick guard. That was
done.
That was a thing where like drugs were hidden and transported all the time.
Right.
Now, unfortunately, we live in a day and age where we have like beyond drug sniffing dogs.
Yes.
Which when Sean and Derek and I traveled, I think it was when we all traveled to Fender, we all got dog sniffed.
Did you?
Which was cool. Like they had us do a little walkthrough, which was fine. But when I traveled back from a vacation with my wife and family, we definitely got dog sniffed and busted for carrying beef jerky. Because we brought beef jerky to another country, then we brought it back, and like you can't bring any food into America. I'm like, but it came from America.
Oh, really?
But you can have it.
I thought you could have.
No, you can't do it. It's like something like the meats you can't do. So it's another tip. There's another little tip there for you folks traveling.
Tyranny. I
know. I do. I hate being like that. The old guy. Like I remember traveling, and it used to be so easy.
just free. Whatever you want to bring, whatever you want to do.
We have a whole video on that. Like,
want to smoke on this plane? It's fine.
I mean, there's a smoking section on the planes. It was crazy.
I mean, I don't remember that. That's before my time.
I remember it. That's how old I am. I'm the old buck at this place.
Yeah.
All these young guys. Hey, that's why I keep you around, because you're so pretty and young.
That's right.
Okay. Anyway, so let's go back to the Guitar Center for a minute. Let's say you receive this package back, you open the amp up, and it's sort of a mystery. There's no note. We don't know what it is. I can't imagine taking it apart though.
No.
Like taking the chassis out.
Unless it's a Gibson Falcon.
Unless it's a Gibson Falcon.
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Well,
not to restart that. I'm sorry.
Well, the funny thing is we're not even Gibson dealers, so we can do all this anyway. We get nothing from that stuff. But the funny part is Derek just bought a really cool vintage Gibson Falcon.
An old actual Gibson Falcon.
It sounds like crap in the best way. Like it sounds awesome. It doesn't break up at all in the same way that the new ones do. It's got a very good sort of clean push.
It's different, yeah.
I like it.
It's
I got it. And then you got the Ampeg too, which is super cool.
I haven't tried it yet, but I can't wait.
And there's a few things that don't work on it. The reverb sounds a little special on the Ampeg.
Okay.
Just be ready for that one.
Very good, dude.
No, so they get the amp, they unbox it, unless there's just drugs dripping down there.
They got to just be stuffed in the bottom of this amp.
Like
right?
a combo.
Like a combo, like an open back combo. Right? Because I cannot imagine them taking off like a closed back cab.
No, unless something's shaking around in it. If it was affixed with tape.
Maybe.
And then here's the real conundrum. As one of the GC employees, the fact that you reported it, that's pretty impressive.
Well, I mean, if it's not a return, right? Like, what do you do with that amp?
That is the funny thing.
Like, it's just there. I mean, I'm surprised somebody didn't just take it home.
Because I remember as a guitar shop, we've had repairs come in. We have their information. The guitar's been here for, a month, 2, 3, 6 months, a year, 5 years. We still have the guitar.
It happens.
And we call the numbers, no one's there anymore. No emails that are functioning, no responses at least. We don't know if they passed away, they've just disappeared and ghosted. But it's still like, I'm not like, well, we can't just destroy the guitar. We would never do that, or just give it away.
No.
It's, we still gotta hold on to it.
There used to be a thing at GC, right, where like some of that stuff, like if it would be blemished, and maybe not with guitars. Like I remember a cajon, the little wood box drumming things.
I collect cajones.
Ukuleles, guys. Fives.
Biggest
tens
collection
of fives.
in the Southeast.
But like we put it out by the trash, the dump, so that after the end of the day, we could go and collect it and take it. Because you couldn't take it.
Oh, yeah.
Throw it away, right?
And if no one took it from the dump, it's yours.
It's true.
I'm gonna start hanging out outside,
People used to come through and hang out all the time and like go look in the dumpster. You're trying to like run them off from doing it.
We did drive by the dumpster at Fender when we were out there. I think Derek and I we drove back there. I wonder if there's bodies and stuff back there. You can't. It's so protected. It's cool though.
It is fun. Well, and we used to tell people like we never had boxes for people to ship guitars in. Like we always have extra boxes when we give them to people. It was a little different at Guitar Center, right? Like if we had them, we would give them to them, but it had to be the day we got shipments in, otherwise we throw it away. So we weren't supposed to tell people to go dive through our dumpsters, but
Because that's back in the day. Like, you guys, Guitar Center wasn't really shipping a lot of guitars. It was more
we were shipping a ton back then. Still, from the Nashville shop, they were shipping a ton.
Were you not shipping the original boxes then?
Yeah, but it's just we had boxes we ordered from Uline to shipping. So like we were shipping in, because you were assuming that you were gonna sell the guitar in store, but if it did get picked and bought online, then we just had guitar box.
Okay, wasn't sure if you so the original box might have been.
The only time if the case was in the warehouse stored in the original box, it might get shipped in the original box.
So think about it. Let's say you work at Chipotle and you get a box of burritos and there's a bag of meth inside of it. Do you report the meth? What do you think the odds are of that meth being reported or taken home for consumption or resale?
Or do you make meth burritos so that everyone who takes a burrito that day gets a little surprise?
That's
Man, I felt great after that burrito. I'm so awake and
There's
alive.
a whole great bit on that. And Tom Segura's last, I think it's called Disgraceful. I think it's his last Netflix comedy special where he does a whole bit on his mom getting high.
On meth burritos?
Not meth burritos, but just his mom taking some powerful gummies. And it's
I don't want a meth burrito.
A meth burrito sounds great. This is, you had it in Breaking Bad a little bit with the chicken and not mixed it. Let us know your thoughts. That's a funny story. Go out there. So if you lost your bag of meth, or 2 bags of meth.
It could be in Georgia.
It's down in Gwinnett County Guitar Center right now. It's probably not there anymore, but you can ask them, and they'll direct you where it is now. Guaranteed you'll find it or something.
What a strange world.
Similar, like that.
Good to know you can ship meth, and it's probably safe.
I do know 2 local kids here that I went to high school and junior high with that they were having pot shipped to them through the post office or the P.O. box, and they got busted, obviously, because that's how everyone found out about it. The police were just waiting for them when they came to pick up the package.
We'd like to check our box. Our mailbox.
Of weed. Weed smells really strong. So
I was going to say, meth, I don't know. I'm assuming meth is not as strong as smell, since it's crystalline.
Yeah, I think it smells once it's activated. Like cotton candy and dreams.
I just know it blows up sometimes when they're making it.
Yeah, that too.
Sometimes it blows up.
Thanks for joining us. Click like, subscribe.
Hit the old bell.
And don't forget the road to 100,000. That contest is continuing. The first guitar giveaway has probably already happened by the time you see this video. Our live streams every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when we sort of, ish, for guitar players, forgive us. But that's when these come out usually. So just, we had Tuesday for a few because we were traveling. But on Wednesdays, tune in. That's when they get given away. And the next one, giveaway is coming up soon, the announcement, so stay tuned. Thanks again. Peace be with you.
Don't do meth. Public service announcement.
Good service announcement.